Oh shit, I just took a photo. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Wheels are off. Okay. Hi, everybody. How are you? I am Mel Robbins. Welcome to Stay Connected. It is March 19th. It is 9 a.m. in LA. It is noon in New York and Boston, Eastern Seaboard. It is 4 o'clock in London. It is 9:30 in India. And for our dear friends in Australia, I know it is 3 o'clock in the morning. I hope you're sleeping and you're not watching this. But if you are watching today's broadcast of Stay Connected in Australia at 3 a.m., this is the perfect show for you to watch because we're going to be talking about why you're having trouble sleeping right now and what you can do about it. I feel honestly, everybody, like I deserve an award today because today is day 5 of social isolation for our family, only go out for necessities. And today is the first day that I literally got up. Oh, look at my hair. I got up, I exercised indoors, even though it wasn't raining. I took a shower. I have adult clothes on today. I have not got exercise gear or sweatpants on. I feel like a totally different human being. And I feel like I deserve an A for effort. So wherever it is that you are, whatever you're wearing, whatever you have had to tune out in order to get yourself right here, give yourself a big old pat on the back. You are here, you are connected, and we are about to have a super positive, really inspiring, and more importantly, helpful conversation today. Now, I started this daily live stream, which you can watch every single weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And if you miss it, just go to YouTube. Go to Mel Robbins, which is my YouTube channel. There are more than 700,000 subscribers. Please join. That way you'll never miss a video. All of our broadcasts for Stay Connected are there. And I started this broadcast because as this crazy moment of time has hit the globe, I started to feel myself slipping down that hellhole of despair, of fear, of boredom, of isolation. I felt the stress compounding. And I thought, I can't allow myself to stay in a negative space. And I don't want you to do that either. I don't want you to feel alone. And right now is an enormous opportunity for you and for me to become more deeply connected to the things that truly matter. And that's your family, your friends, your health, and your inner strength. And that's why I want you to join me every weekday right here. Bring your lunch, bring your coffee, bring your water, bring your friends, bring your mother, bring your kids. Every day we're going to gather here, okay? I'm going to give you a high five for showing up. I want you to know you're larger than the crap that you're facing in your house and in your apartment and in your life, and that no matter what's coming, because I don't think any of us really know what's coming, you got this. You got this. And so we're going to focus on every day reminding you that there are little things that you can do to take control, to take a moment. And I'm going to focus on showing you the way, showing you. And we're going to start right now with our positive shout outs. Okay. I'm going to show you the way. Why am I saying the word show? Well, because there's a lot of people out there, blah, 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 talking. But really things change when you take action. Things change when you take a moment and you carve out time for yourself by watching this, and you take a moment and you do things that improve your life. And yesterday we did something very small. I gave you one thing I wanted to do from a positive standpoint. I wanted you to shout out and give some love to all the teachers and educators in your life, because boy, just 3 days of homeschooling my own kids, and I think teachers need to be paid $1 billion a year. And you went to our Facebook page, and if you're not on our Facebook page, please go. It's free. Just find it by searching Stay Connected with Mel Robbins, because on our Facebook page, you're going to see all kinds of incredible posts. You're going to see other people showing you what they're doing, showing you what they're doing to stay positive, showing what they're doing to stay sane. This is a post from Patricia, who wrote a huge thank you out to the teachers, educators, principals, superintendents, janitors, school counselors in her life. I love this. Here's a couple more. These were actually on our live stream. So here is one from Samantha. Here is one from Nisimio. Apologize if I am screwing up your name. Why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this because I have been paying attention to the comments you're leaving me. You feel alone. You feel isolated. You feel nervous. And so I want to show you things you can do so you can get out of up here and start getting back into living again. Today, what we're going to do is today I want you to give a shout out to all of the healthcare workers who are out there. And there's a lot of extremely powerful things that are circulating on social media. This one is one that I really was moved by. There are doctors around the world posting photos that say, I stayed at work for you. You stay at home for us. And so one powerful thing you could do is you could write an email to your doctor. You could post something on social media. You could cheer for the people that are on the front lines of this global fight right now. And in doing that, you are spreading positivity. You are showing gratitude, which is going to come back to you in very powerful ways. If you want to know where you can find these, by the way, I've posted a bunch of these in our Facebook group, Stay Connected with Mel Robbins on Facebook. Feel free to just reshare them. Feel free to write posts about them. Feel free to use them if they inspire you too. Now, one other thing that we did yesterday is every day at the end of Stay Connected, I give you a North Star. What is a North Star? Well, a North Star is a beacon out in the future. It's something to guide you. It shows you what step to take so that you start moving in the right direction, because it is way too easy to start to feel negative and anxious and stressed out and bored. And so I want to give you positive things you can do that act like a North Star to help you stay grounded. And what we said yesterday, you hear me talk a lot about why a routine is so important right now. A routine gives you predictability. When you have predictability, you feel a little safer, a little bit more confident. You can do this whether you are alone, whether you're with a partner, a roommate, or with your family. I asked you to have family dinner every night, starting yesterday. I wanted you to use this time, since everybody is slowing down and restaurants are shutting down and society is starting to shut down while we fight this moment. I said, I wanted you to use it as an opportunity to connect more deeply with your family. I love this. This is Tina in Cleveland. She has ramped up family dinner. She said she feels like Betty Crocker. They're playing cards. And she said, even though she's very stressed out about the fact that her small business is starting to unravel, this is keeping her sane. And she believes that this will pass. And I believe it too. Here's another one. I've heard loud and clear that so many of you are alone or you're uncomfortable because you don't know your neighbors or you don't have a lot of friends in the city that you're in. If you're alone, give me the thumbs up, because I want you to know you may be sitting in a room alone, but you're not alone. You got me. You got a global community at Stay Connected with Mel Robbins. And you've got people like Maria Elena. Here she is. She's alone, just like you. But you know what she's doing? She is having a virtual dinner with her boyfriend. It's a new tradition that they've created that makes her not feel so alone up there in Canada. And so why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this because these are all posts in our Facebook community. And our Facebook community is there to keep you feeling supported, to keep you feeling grounded, to keep you going in this whole new paradigm. Here's another one. Aaliyah May with her adorable kids starting to have family dinners, posting it and Stay Connected on Facebook. I am so proud of all of you. And together, we're going to get through this because together we are better. So here's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, this is such an important topic. And one of the reasons why we're talking about this is because this is something you've been talking about in the comments. And we're paying attention to what you're saying on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube. If you have a question right now, you have a comment, put it in the comments right now. Tell us where you're tuning in from, because I'm going to come and I'm going to draw some of the comments out into this broadcast. We're talking today about sleep. And I'm talking about sleep. Ooh, I can see you're excited by that. All the hearts are going up because I know that you are having trouble sleeping. I'm having trouble sleeping too. And I've picked a quote to kick us off today to talk about sleep. Sleeping is so hard when you can't stop thinking. And how many of you are waking up in the middle of the night and your mind is spinning? Or you're having trouble going to sleep because your mind is spinning. There was an amazing article in the Boston Globe that was all about the fact that there is a significant rise in people's inability to get a good night's sleep right now. And one of the reasons why is the chaos and uncertainty about this moment in time. I mean, all you have to do is turn on the news and read about the markets or read about the new cases or whatever it is that is breaking in the news. You know it's going to be negative. You know it's not going to be positive, even though there's always positive news out there. And it has created a situation where everybody's nervous system, yours, mine, it is in a fight or flight, tense, triggered state. And that's one of the reasons why it's harder for you to get a good night's sleep right now. And so the first thing I want to ask you is, where do you fall in the I'm not getting a good night's sleep? And if you're getting a great night's sleep, I'd like to know how you're doing that too, because we're going to talk about how. This is a broadcast. It's not only designed to help you stay connected, but it's also to connect you with the tools and the strategies that you need in order to take control, in order to survive, in order to laugh your way through this, in order to get to the other side without killing your family out of stress or screaming at everybody and making yourself nuts. It's to keep you grounded. So where do you fall right now? Are you getting too little sleep? Are you having a really hard time falling asleep? We're going to go to the comments, so make sure you tell us where you're tuning in from. Or are you getting too much sleep? For me, I'm getting too much sleep. So today is day 5. And when we decided to make the right decision and go into self-isolation as a family and only go out for necessities or for a brief moment of time under certain circumstances, I said to myself, I'm going to just give myself the ability to catch up on my sleep. And what I've noticed is I've turned off my alarm and I'm sleeping in way too late. I'm getting way too much sleep and I'm waking up feeling kind of down. And it's hard for me to not only get out of bed, it's hard for me to motivate to get out of my pajamas. I think I wore the same sweater of sweats, pants and top for 3 days straight. You guys kept commenting on social media. So I want to know, where do you fall? I feel like I deserve an award today. Can I get some applause or some hearts here, please? Because I actually set an alarm and I got up when the alarm rang and I forced myself to stream a yoga class and I took a shower and I used a blow dryer and I put some rollers in my hair and I feel different because I got a good night's sleep and because I got dressed for the day, for real. Let's go to the comments. Mandy, who do we got? Okay, great. So Peggy is single. She's alone at home. She couldn't sleep last night. So one of the things that she's done is she is reached out to a friend and they're going to have a little party tonight over Zoom. Who else we got? Wow. So Vicky has had 2 days of not sleeping. I'm just scrolling through comments here. And she said she took time to acknowledge what she's grateful for. And last night she slept like a rock. Oh, wow. So Jane is like only sleeping 2 to 3 hours a day and is having trouble sleeping. So why is sleep so fucked up right now? Well, clearly, because we're all stressed out. And I don't need to start listing all the reasons why you're stressed, because that's just going to stress you out. Okay. All you have to do is open up a newspaper, the news, or whatever, and you will see all the reasons why you're stressed and why you're in a state of fight or flight. But there's the biggest reason. And the biggest reason is you are completely out of the rhythm of your normal life. That's what's going on. And when you are out of the rhythm of your normal life, there are secret triggers contained in the chaos that are wigging your whole body system out that makes it hard for you to fall asleep. So in addition to all the stuff that's spinning in your head, the whole rhythm is off. I want you to just take a moment and I want you to acknowledge for yourself how off the rhythm is. For me, we got 3 kids home, 2 of which have been off at college. That means 5 bodies instead of 3 bodies. The chaos because of that is completely changed. The kids are sleeping till noon. I've got lots of food to prepare. I've got a team working remotely. The whole thing is upside down. In addition, here are some of the secret triggers, everybody. You might be drinking more caffeine than you think because you're home. And so you might be drinking too much alcohol, having that extra glass of wine because you don't have to get up and get into work in the morning. You might have the TV or social media on way too much because you're bored or because you're isolated, or the chaos in the schedule, which is what I just described. That is a secret trigger that is wigging your body and your mind out, which makes it so hard to fall asleep, to stay asleep, and to wake up. Now, why is sleep important right now? Well, sleep is important for so many reasons. I mean, number one, you need it to basically to restore your energy and to reset your mind. You need it because it is immunity boosting. It's a way for your body to build up strength so that you can remain calm. It's super important for your memory to get really good sleep because that's how your mind stores things. And researchers and experts in this area say, how much sleep do you need? You need about 6 to 8 hours. If you get anything less than 6 hours on a consistent basis, you are basically going through your day with the exact same physiological symptoms as if you were drunk. You have a foggy brain, you're forgetful, you're moody, you might even notice that your balance is a little bit off, you feel kind of heavy in terms of the emotional weight in your body. So you've got to get onto a great sleep schedule. And so do your kids. What do your kids need? They need about 12 hours of sleep every single night. So the big question, what are we talking about today? Now that we know we're all having trouble sleeping, how do you sleep better when life is so screwed up right now? How do you sleep better when your whole rhythm of your life has been thrown off, okay? And you may not even be isolated like I am right now. You may be in a part of the world where you're not impacted by this, but I guarantee you, you're hearing about how disruptive this is to global economies and you're thinking about it. And that's a chaos and a change in the rhythm of your life. So the number one way for you to start to sleep better, and I'm going to say a word you've heard me say on almost every single one of these live broadcasts: routine. You need a sleep routine. Why do I keep talking about the word routine? The reason why I talk about the word routine is because when your life is in chaos, when your rhythm is thrown off, it makes you feel unsafe, stressed out, and anxious, period. Not only up here, but in your body. Predictability makes you safe. Predictability makes you strong. Predictability makes you healthy. You can't rely on outside forces to give you predictability, but you can create predictability. That's where routine comes in. And we've been talking about routines. And so I want you to now, since you've thought about your routine of your life, when are you waking up? Giving your kids the freedom to create their own routines, asking them what they need. Family dinners being a huge routine now. And if you're alone, I got you. You call your friends and you start setting up dinner parties. You call family members that you dig. You start setting up dinner parties and you schedule them in your calendar and you hold them over video conference. Let that be an anchor. The next routine you need to lead in your life and for your family, you need to create a sleep routine. So here's what the experts around sleep say you need in order to have an excellent sleep routine. Number one, you got to watch the caffeine. If you're sensitive to caffeine or not, you got to watch the caffeine. And I bet you're taking in a lot more of it than you think that you are. So what do they recommend? They recommend that you stop drinking anything with caffeine in it 6 to 7 hours before you go to bed. Now that's a lot of math for me, so I'm going to break it down to you. You ready? 3 p.m. After 3 p.m., please do not have a cup of coffee. Please do not be consuming the tab and the Diet Cokes and everything else. That will make you set up to sleep better. Now, the next thing you need to do after you cut out the caffeine at 3 p.m., you got to shut off the screens 2 hours before you go to bed. There is hard science behind this around the blue light that stimulates your brain to stay active, even if you're not looking at it. If your phone is just near you and on, it will stimulate you. You got it? So 2 hours before you're going to go to bed, stop looking at your phone. Stop looking at the iPad. Shut down the laptop. For me, that's 7 p.m. So after dinner, I check my phone one more time. Boom, we're done. It goes into the charger. And so you've got to give yourself a 2-hour window. Now comes the fun part. You ready? This is the best part. So do you know how you train a baby to sleep? Whether you have a kid or not. You have to train kids how to get into a sleep routine. And if you're having trouble sleeping, I want you to go back to the basics, right? Go back to the basics. Because you can set up a little routine at night that starts to calm down your whole central nervous system, that starts to trigger your mind, that it's time to slow down and we're getting ready to go to sleep. And if you do this little routine every single night, it will be so much easier for you to fall asleep. So what are things that calm down your central nervous system that can be part of your sleep routine? Number one, I always take a bath. And if you don't have a bathtub, standing in the shower and having warm water hit you, it literally stimulates the vagus nerve that calms your nervous system down, and it signals you it's time to go to bed. Come to think about it, with all 3 of our kids, I would give them a bath before bedtime. My mom did the same thing with me. It's part of the routine of getting you ready to go to bed. Your kids need it. You needed it as a kid. And you need it now as an adult. The next thing you can do is you could have something warm to drink. No caffeine, but if you've got herbal tea, some people love a cup of warm water with a little honey and lemon. Something warm, again, it's stimulating the vagus nerve and the central nervous system to slow down. You can lower the lights in your bedroom. Another thing that you can do is you can read from a book. You can meditate. You can do a practice called Yoga Nidra, which just Google it and you'll be able to find a ton of free videos on YouTube. In fact, I'm going to link to a bunch of them tomorrow on Instagram, where they walk you through a meditation where you relax your entire body down. And that becomes your evening routine. It's sort of like when you go to bed, you lower the shades to block out the light. You can lower the shade in your central nervous system to signal you that it is time to go to sleep. And so I want you to try that tonight. I want you to try that tonight. And the North Star that I have for tonight is I want you to take a photo of some part of your evening routine that is your new nighttime routine. Take a photo of the bath that you're running. Take a photo of the shower that's steaming. Take a photo of your bedroom with the lights dim. Take a photo of you watching a video of Yoga Nidra. Take a photo of the book you're going to read. Take a photo of the cup of tea you've made. Take a photo of your gratitude journal. Whatever it is, take a photo. You know, if you turn down the temperature, they say sleep in between 60 and 65 degrees. I sleep at 64 degrees. That's another thing that lowers the shade on your central nervous system. Yes, keep it clean. I just saw Disney post, keep those things clean, but I want to see those. Why do I want to see those posts? There's a reason why I want you to take a photo, because I want you to get out of the habit of thinking about what you need to do, and I want you to do what you need to do. I want you to show us what you're doing, because there's nothing more inspiring than seeing somebody take control, seeing somebody doing something positive for real. And you will also inspire and empower other people to do it. As you're alone in your bedroom or bathroom and you're running a tub, no new photos, please. You're running your tub and you take that photo and you put it in our Facebook group, Stay Connected with Mel Robbins. You are going to make somebody halfway across the world who is alone in their apartment, away from their family, and who's stressed out and nervous. Seeing you do that, they will be reminded, oh, they're doing what I'm doing. I'm not so alone anymore. It is so powerful. And I also will highlight these photos to inspire people tomorrow. And so what you need to do is develop your evening routine tonight. You can rewatch this broadcast over and over. And again, take a photo. Are you going to light a candle? Let's see your candle. Are you going to run a bath or a shower? Let's see it. Are you going to have a cup of tea? Are you going to read a book? Are you going to meditate? Take a photo of what you're doing and put a post in Stay Connected with Mel Robbins on Facebook. And here's the other thing is you will find that our community cheers you on. It's pretty amazing. You're going to find that simply by posting, you're going to get more support from perfect strangers around the world who are about to become your incredible cheering and support group through this whole thing. One other thing I want to talk about. If you're having trouble sleeping right now and you're waking up in the middle of the night, I have a very simple science-backed strategy that will help you go back to sleep, okay? So this used to be something that happened to me when I had a lot of anxiety. I would wake up typically between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, and my thoughts would be spinning, and then I'd go to the bathroom, and then I would go back to bed and my thoughts would be spinning and I could not fall back asleep. And then I'd wonder, should I get out of bed? What should I do? And what you shouldn't do is lay there and let all of that worry, stress, and anxiety and fear and problems and stuff just sit like a weighted blanket on your mind. I want you to use the 5-second rule. And if you don't know what that is, I wrote an entire book about this simple free thing called the 5-second rule. I'm going to teach it to you right now. It's a 5-second brain hack you can use to interrupt stressful thoughts. And it's particularly effective when you wake up in the middle of the night and your mind is spinning. So you wake up in the middle of the night, you have negative, scary thoughts or stressful thoughts. You're just going to count to yourself 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The act of counting interrupts those thoughts, and it interrupts the spiraling of the thoughts. And the act of counting backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, draws your focus to your prefrontal cortex, which gives you immediate control over what you think of next. And here's what you're going to think of next. I want you to come up with a picture in your mind of the place that you're most excited to go when we come through this chapter. So when this coronavirus thing is over, when order is restored to your life, when you go back to the rhythm of your life, what are you going to do? I keep picturing the sands of Lake Michigan. That's where I grew up. I grew up in Western Michigan. I picture my toes in the sand. I picture myself walking out into Lake Michigan because it means that I will have gone to visit my parents at my childhood home. And hold on to that thought in your mind and visualize it and feel yourself there and see if you can hear the waves and see if you can see the colors and transport yourself there. And what's going to happen is you close your eyes and you visualize that very amazing place that you love to be, is your mind is going to settle down. And anytime those nasty thoughts come up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and draw your focus right back there. And you will slowly start to drift off to sleep. One other technique that I use is if you have the negative thoughts in the middle of the night, use the 5-second rule to interrupt them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That'll stop the negative thoughts. And I often will start counting backwards very slowly to myself. And for whatever reason, I start counting backwards at 87. I'm not sure why, but I never really ever get past 50 something before I get so tired I stop counting and I drift off to sleep. So let me know how that works. I'm telling you right now, you do not have to lie there, and you shouldn't lie there and listen to that negativity. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, interrupt it. Visualize a really awesome place that makes you super happy and calm and quiet, and let yourself drift off to sleep. All right. Let me now give you a North Star for today. I already did, but I'm going to recap it. What you're going to do, you're going to create a sleep routine. You are going to take a photo of your favorite part of your sleep routine tonight, and you're going to put it in our Facebook group. I forgot to print out a photo of what the Facebook group looks like, but there's a big pink banner. You'll see me on it. Just go to Stay Connected with Mel Robbins, put it in your Facebook group, or you could also put it on your own social media and tag me so we can find you. Show me what you're doing. Show us, because by showing us that you're staying positive, you're throwing a lifeline to people around the world who need your strength and need your example in order for them to stay positive and connected to the power and the opportunity that this moment is. Now, speaking of power and opportunity of this moment, tomorrow's broadcast, which again is going to be at 9 a.m. in LA, noon in New York and Boston, 4 o'clock in London, 9:30 in India, 3 a.m. in Australia. It's all about positivity. There is so much positivity out there, and we are going to come on and share the most inspiring stories of the good things going on in the world to send you into the weekend feeling grounded and positive and safe and connected. All right, that's all I got. I hope you have an awesome day. I will see you on our Stay Connected Facebook page. And thank you for being here. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to give a huge shout out. Caroline Foscato, am I saying your name right? In Boston, a friend of mine, this is a huge idea, favor to ask. A friend of mine forwarded a chain email that Caroline sent out. Caroline is sitting somewhere in Boston with her lunch watching right now. She sent out an email, and it's a great idea, and I want you to steal this from Caroline, okay? She wrote an email to her friends and said that this is a scary and unknown time, trying not to lose my mind. Every day I plan to have lunch at noon and watch Mel Robbins' live broadcast of Staying Connected. She just started this, had a great episode today. Here's what she's invited her friends to do: to have a virtual lunch group where everybody brings their lunch from 12 to 1 together. They watch this broadcast, and then they all get off the broadcast when it's over, and they jump on Zoom together, and they talk about what we talked about, and they stay connected over lunch. Is that not the coolest? Steal this idea. Type something up to your friends. Tell them to join you for lunch or for breakfast or for an evening tea, wherever you are in the world, an afternoon tea, and have them watch this broadcast with you, and then jump on Zoom or FaceTime or WhatsApp and talk about what you learned and support each other. I love this idea, Caroline. Thank you so much for sharing it. Jen Epstein, I love you too, and I love you. And in case nobody else tells you today, I'll tell you I love you, and I believe in you. And I know that better days are coming. I know that we're going to flatten this spread out together. And I know, okay, I've got a sneeze coming. Whoa. I actually think I'm kind of allergic to this hand sprayer stuff, because every time I put it on my hands, within 10 to 15 minutes, I start to sneeze. Anyway, I love you. I believe in you. We're better together. We're stronger together. So thank you for staying connected. I'll see you tomorrow.